live now. Sorry guys, I was fixing some stuff with my screen share, but we got it now. Welcome in everybody to the Elevation Podcast. How are we all doing? Let me get chat up. Okay, so now that I know I'm live, today I have not this. I was literally just listening to this. Ripped it off at musescore.com. It's a good transcription. I mean, that's a spectacular transcription. But honestly, I will probably be doing some work on probably Dreamscape. Yeah, Dreamscape. Yeah. Actually, no, we can do single X. We can work on single X. Sorry, I don't have a pad on me, so I'm literally... I don't want to do this right now. Yeah, we could probably just do work on Dreamscape then. So as a recap, I'll play what we wrote last podcast, and yeah, I'll just play it. Okay. So battery comes back in right here, but I actually want to do something before. So let's do this. And we'll kind of keep that same motif we have going on, the kick paradiddle diddle. That'll be fun. I can't tell, does this slow down? No, it doesn't. Actually, wait, I'm not even at the right part. No, it doesn't. It just... So... These will just be like prep notes. And I want it to start really quiet. So we're going to start at piano. I don't know what's going on with the lag tonight. Let me make sure. Okay. It's probably because I have this open. And then, oh, also, announcement for me. I got main stage. So, main stage is really fun to use. The only downside about it is I can't export it into MuseScore. And I don't know how to, like, I don't know what to do to export it into MuseScore. I know a way to export it into MuseScore 3, but not MuseScore 4. Which I need to either learn how to export an instrument as a VST, because I can put the VSTs in MuseScore, or export it as an SFZ or an SF2. Like, I just need to know how to do some of that. Or, like, it just needs to be a MIDI action. Like, so there's my current stance with main stage right now. Main stage is great. I love it. It's wonderful. I don't know what I did. Oh, here's what I did. I didn't select the patch. But it's going to be great. If I can learn how to use it, it's going to be great. Hands down. It's going to be great. So, there's main stage. Okay, I never had that open. Alright. By the way, if you see me looking back at chat, if you see me looking back at Google, I'm just looking back at chat. To check, you know, to see what's going on. Aw, man. Can never go wrong with some forlets. if you watch my last podcast, you will understand why I write dotted eighth notes like this. And if you didn't, I'll go ahead and tell you again so you don't have to go watch it. The reason I do my dotted eighth notes like this is so that you can see the downbeat. Every percussionist reads differently, but I don't think I've never seen a person in the world that would like to see this though. Like let's say we're playing concert bass drum, for example, and this is percussionist. This is in a percussionist point of view. Now, I've never seen anybody in the world who would rather see this. Give me just a second. Like, I don't think anybody wants to see that, because why write that when you can write this or this? Like, this, you can either write this or you can write this. I would rather see that. That's my preferred ideology of seeing, like, instruments that don't ring, first of all. For example, like, I know concert bass drum does ring, so I'll give it that. But still, you shouldn't be seeing that dotted to, like, the tie. I don't think you should be seeing that. If anything, write it dotted so there's no rests. But in marching percussion, as in the battery, I don't think any ties should be used at all. Like, as you see me writing, you can see all the downbeats very clearly. Like, there's one, there's a downbeat. And if we get into more denser rhythms like fours, obviously you can see the checkpoints of the four. You don't have to see the downbeats in fours. You can see the checkpoint. 1, 1. And then, especially in this, I'm going to have it da-da-da, da-da-da, but you can still see the downbeats, and it's not grouped weird. Especially in this, too. And in the more denser passages, which is, this is not dense. This is just, it's just, you know, it's dotted eighth notes, but we're not writing it as dotted eighth notes. We're writing it as 1, and E. See that you can actually see 1, and E1. So, there's my basic spiel. Basic spiel. We'll bring back that motif as well. We're going to crescendo back down with this as well. And we're just going to have really open, just boom, ga. And then we'll continue with whatever that is. Get her back down right there. I'm going to use battery interplay here. So again, the bass drums can have a prep for that. can have a prep for that. All my writing is very intricate, and I do it for a reason. So, part of me wants this just on drum 4, but also part of me wants Duku Gaku Gaku. I'll see how I want it when it's played. So now let's write in sticking for all this. Okay, that's all written. We can be all up by this quarter note triplet. We'll do a texture thing right here. And actually, due to what the front ensemble's doing, I know it's not a huge deal, but we're gonna do triplets. As I said last podcast, sometimes things just get rewritten. We'll let this creep up just a tiny bit, as we did those 16th notes, but this is actually kind of harder than those 16th notes. We'll write the arounds before we throw in any sticking. Oh man. We'll also fill this in. Actually, I was thinking of doing... I remember what I was going to do. So, alright. Now, to start off the kind of we're going to I usually don't like rhythms that cross paths like this, but they're buzzes, and Paul does this all the time. Like, you'll see fourlets when there's triplets, like. Now this is going to be really, really light touch. Like, they're not even going to be crescendoing yet. They're going to be at piano when I'm doing this. I don't think it needs to be that harsh on the accents, but we're going to try it, and we're going to see where it takes us. I'm going to check chat right now. Using the battery interplay to my full advantage here. We'll probably start crescendoing right here at mezzo piano. Now, also, I'm going to be using the interplay to my advantage here. I should have just left it all on drum 2. Shouldn't I have? Okay, so we're gonna jump. Alright, so to make myself do this, and so while I'm on this shot, really the only bass I support on a shot is when it's only one bass drum giving the. So for example, here I have a Spock shot and a snare drum shot. There's only bass 1 giving that support to them, which really that's all you need. All you need is bass 1. Bass 1 or bass 2 alone, not with anybody else. And again, really light touch right here because this is kind of polyrhythm stuff. But I just want everybody to start crescendoing at the same time, so that's why I'm having. Okay, here's what I'll do. I'll delete this crescendo, and then I'll have them crescendo up to mezzo piano, and then everybody grabs on at mezzo piano, and they all take that crescendo together. It just creates a better sense of uniformity throughout the line. So I'll listen to this first little chunk. Okay, that's gonna be great. That's gonna be good. I love how the quads just stick out. Boom, double, boom. I told myself I wouldn't do that, but oh well. This will be easy because we will just copy paste. And I know a lot of people say rolls aren't good for bass drums, but my view on it is 1 and 2 can do the rolls. 1 and 2, bass 1 and 2 are fully capable of doing rolls. Bass 5, 4, maybe 3. I put rolls on 3 sometimes, but bass 4 and 5 should not have any rolls. They should have splits, and they deserve splits. Like, I see some writers who don't give bass 4 and 5 the love they deserve. Like especially Vanguard this year, though that was good bass writing because Paul Rennick at the end of the bass feature, if you haven't seen it, definitely go watch. At the end of the bass feature, they hit this crazy bass split that just made my mind explode, and I'm like, wow, holy love to 4 and 5. So if you're writing for bass drums, give 4 and 5 some love, please. I'm sure they would love it. So if you're writing a part that you want something to be a louder voice than another thing, what I recommend is actually use the bass to your advantage. If you want the snare drums to be heard over the quads, then use bass to mimic the snare drums. If you want the quads to be mimicked over the snares, like if you want the quads to be louder than the snares, use the bass drums to mimic the quads. Right now, I want to hear the snares. That may change if I don't want to hear the snares. But honestly, I want to hear the snares right now. Now, what I will do is I'll be nice and I will have... So, we're going to write these dotted notes a little differently this time. Reason for that is I am going to give bass 1 eighth notes. So here's how I would do that. So there's 1 and, 2 and, 3 and. So here's how I would do that. Da-da-ga-da, da-da-ga-da. So that's what that split will sound like. We're just gonna do that. We're gonna add some shaping to the bass drums as well. Here's my love to 4 and 5 right here. Like right there, I want to hear the quads. Mimic the quads. So let's hear this whole chunk that I just wrote. It's... Some might argue that the battery is too hot right there, which I would kind of agree, but oh yeah, that kind of makes sense though, because the whole band is still crescendoing. But the real question is, do I like that bukako kokako and the quads? Okay. Alright, so guys, I'm just gonna write that chunk for tonight because I think I did pretty good with it. So we'll just kind of leave it be until next week. I believe people just aren't on tonight because I know it's Sunday and this is when my podcast is. So I know it's busy. It's the night before most people go back to school. Apologies. It's the night before most people go back to school, so people are usually just, packing their stuff, getting ready, taking showers, blah, blah, blah. I'm actually going to go take a shower after this live stream, So, anyways, I will leave this be for this week, and I will see you all next week on the next version, or the next episode of the Elevation Podcast. I hope you all enjoyed your week. I hope you all had a very happy New Year's and are doing great. Happy New Year, by the way. I hope you are doing wonderful. And I will see you next week on the Elevation Podcast. This is wyXttBeats.